We have a break this week. I don't have any football to watch. I don't have a pick. I don't have a team to root for necessarily in this year's Super Bowl. But I do have someone to root for, and I probably doesn't need any rooting because Amanda Gorman, the young poet who read that amazing "The Hill We Climb" poem for the inauguration, is going to read a poem at the Super Bowl during the Super Bowl.
Isn't that amazing?
Insane! That is insane. So this is from BuzzFeed, Salvador Hernandez, who reports, Amanda Gorman, she's going to be basically the first Super Bowl Poet Laureate. Hopefully there will be many more, but she is going to recite a new poem before the official coin toss to recognize an educator, a nurse, and a veteran for helping their communities during the pandemic. The poem will be broadcast nationally to see on CBS, and the new poem will honor Tremaine Davis, who's an educator who worked to secure electronic equipment for students, Susie Dorner, who's an ICU nurse in Tampa, and James Martin, who's a Marine veteran who worked to support fellow vets and high school athletes. It's just stunning to me that a poet would be reading a poem during the Super Bowl, before the Super Bowl. And the NFL, I mean, half of their fans, or probably more than half their fans, are
never heard a poem.
Well, no, I mean, come on, be fair. The poetry is not their first choice of reading, I would argue. It's not most people's first choice of reading, so there's that. But there's a lot of of all the sports, it's probably the most conservative. And so choosing Amanda Gorman, who spoke at Biden's inauguration, I think is a fairly courageous choice by the NFL. Again, who's going to criticize? Oh, I'm sure people will. A poem honoring these people. So that's kind of safe. But oh my God, I never would have seen the day when a poet would be reading a poem at the Super Bowl.
I can't wait. I mean, she's so spectacular.
Yeah.
And, apparently she's signed with a modeling agency. Yeah. She has 2 books that are already bestsellers. One's a children's book, one's for adults. I mean, she's not just a poet, she's a performer. And, it doesn't hurt that she's beautiful. She's a Harvard graduate. I mean, she's got it all, this one. And, her poem at the inauguration was mind-blowing. I mean,
I would say the only thing I would flip around in what you said is she's not just a performer, she's a poet.
Well, but there's
a higher level of talent for poetry than there is.
I agree,
for
she's a wonderful presenter. Let's put it that way.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So talking about the Super Bowl, we're not going to see Clydesdales at the Super Bowl this year. For the first time in 37 years, Budweiser's not advertising on the Super Bowl. Instead, they are donating $1 million and their airtime to the Ad Council and COVID Collaborative's COVID-19 Vaccine Education Initiative. So Monica Rostigi, who's vice president of marketing at Budweiser, said, like everyone else, we're eager to get people back together, reopen restaurants and bars, and be able to gather to cheers with friends and family. And to do this and to bring consumers back into neighborhood bars and restaurants that were hit exceptionally hard by the pandemic, we're stepping up to support critical awareness of the COVID-19 vaccine. And that's why Budweiser's joined together with their partner, the Ad Council. So they tweeted that the Clydesdales may not be in our commercial, but they'll be making an appearance in a new way. Stay tuned on our social channels on Super Bowl Sunday. So Clydesdales are going to show up on social media. And Coca-Cola and Avocados of Mexico also announced that they won't advertise, and other brands are expected to change their messages to focus on COVID vaccine awareness and social issues. Very unusual for brands this year because they don't know whether people want to laugh or they want to be serious. It's really hard. It's a hard call for any brand to know how to play this. And I think that what Budweiser's doing is pretty admirable.
Yeah, it's going to be a different Super Bowl. I mean, everything is obviously different due to COVID and the reaction to 2020. And advertisers are often that's part of their considerations for advertising the Super Bowl. So it will be interesting. I think more than many years past, I will be interested to watch the commercials to just see how they approach.